everyone, it's Laurie from Quick Scrap Craft, and today I am participating in the Mixed Media Frenzy Hop. So if you go to the description below, you're going to find all the participants. Some of them are on YouTube, some of them are on Facebook. There's going to be a lot of great inspiration today as we use a Missy Whidden layout to inspire us in our mixed media endeavors. So the layout that we are showing, sort of scrap lifting, I suppose you would say, is up in the corner, and I'm going to keep it there just so you guys can kind of have a reference to look at while I talk and refer to it. Otherwise, I don't want to say like, oh, I'm doing this like in the original, and then you're like, oh, I don't remember what the original looked like. So hopefully having that there just to kind of look at is helpful. If it's not, if you don't like that, let me know in the comments below. So what I am doing here is I'm trying to copy some of the texture and the pattern that I saw behind the colors that Missy used. Now, I'm not sure if she did some sort of mixed media element to get that pattern or if it was a pattern paper that she used. I'm just going the mixed media route. So I have this stencil that I got from the Not Just for Boys Kit Club, the February Kit Club. It's an Echo Park stencil. And it's just little arrows. It's really cute, very small, and very, general use. Can go with just about anything, I would think. So all I did was take some white gesso and just gessoed the stencil, and obviously it's white on white so you can't see it, but then when I use the misting sprays, it kind of comes up and it looks a little bit more textured, and when you get really close to it, you can tell that there's some dimension there from the gesso. Now, I could have just sprayed the misting spray over it. I'm not sure what Missy did, maybe the packaging technique, but I decided to do the packaging technique to get the color on there because I was afraid that the sprays would kind of go all over. And I wanted the color to be more controlled, so that's why I did the packaging technique. And I'm really thinking about it. I don't really spray misting sprays much. I usually do packaging technique or splatters. I don't really spray that much. I used to in the beginning, but not so much anymore. But anyway, I used 3 different colors. One is a Lindy Stamp Gang. That's the one that's in the middle. I think it's called Hibiscus Rose. And then there's a shimmer spray. Actually, I think 2 shimmer sprays. One is Pink Stilettos and one is Pop Art Pink. I'm not sure if those colors are still available. I've actually had them for like 3 years, but I love them and I still have the color in them and they still work. So anyway, so I did the packaging technique first, and then I'm just doing the splatters, trying to again to kind of like mimic what Missy had going on. Now she did a variety of different colors in a rainbow. I actually don't have a rainbow of misting spray colors, which is a sad fact, and I need to remedy that. I need more misting spray colors. So I decided to just stick with 3 different colors, all in the pinks family, because this picture that I'm using is of my daughter. She has her own like toy makeup, and she put the pink color all over her face, around her eyes, because she wanted to be like Owlette from PJ Masks. So I decided that I would play up the pink from her on her face and just go with like a pink background and try to keep the embellishments in that same sort of color vein. So I cut the photo down. It's about 3.5 by 3.5, I think. And then Missy does a lot of stuff like tissue paper and vellum, backing that behind her photo. So I did some vellum, and then I popped that up onto some white paper. So there's a little bit of dimension there with the photo. I'm waiting for the mixed media to dry, and while I'm doing that, I'm trying to figure out like the placement of things and maybe which of the embellishments that I've pulled that I want to use. I've got some Pink Fresh stuff there, some Simple Stories. Those are Heidi Swap stickers that I'm cutting out right now. And I like to cut out my embellishments because it helps me like place them better before I adhere them. I also have some stamps from the February Not Just for Boys Kit Club that I really want to use. I'm not sure yet at this point if it's going to be the title or what it's going to be. And then I have some Vicky Booten stickers that are also in the February Not Just for Boys Kit Club. And you can see that in my February scrapbook paper haul. I'll have that linked below. So there I'm adding some stickers at the top. I've decided that my diagonal, because my photo I put down on a diagonal, so my embellishments and everything are going to go from the diagonal as well, from the left down to the bottom right. And if you are, as I'm just putting these embellishments down, if you are new to this channel, you've never been here before, welcome. Thank you for joining me for this really fun hop. I hope you will click subscribe so you don't miss out on more scrapbook process videos. And definitely comment down below, let me know where you're watching from and what your favorite type of mixed media to do is. And also, the Mixed Media Frenzy, there's a Facebook group for this. So if you want to check out more mixed media inspiration on the daily, and even participate in one of these hops. They do them every month. You can definitely join the group and participate. There's no, you don't have to be like part of a team or anything. It's just you join the group and then they put out a call and say who wants to participate in this hop, and like, hey, yeah, let's do it. So, and you don't have to have a YouTube. You can do Instagram as well. So there are a lot of Instagrammers on this hop. So it's kind of fun just to see what everybody does and how everyone interprets the layout. I mean, I'm doing my own thing with the embellishments for the most part. I'm not really following what Missy did, and I'm not going to put my title where she did or put the journaling where she did, but I just really kind of let that that mixed media background inspire me for this layout. And I just love the way the colors turned out. It's amazing what you can do with just a white piece of cardstock when you have some inks and some sprays and some stencils. So yeah, and I also have some clear gesso. I have white and clear, and so I go back and forth between how I use them and what I use them for. So I'm wondering what the clear gesso, what that would have done if I had used that on this instead. But sometimes I like to use them even on, not even on white cardstock, even on pattern papers, just to kind of tone down a pattern behind a photo, and it gives it a really cool look. So, and you can also do splatters with gesso too. I've done that totally because the white ink that I have, if you watch the mixed media hop that I did back in, I think, December, you'll know that my white ink, my white spray doesn't work so well, but the white gesso works very well. So here, you can't really see, I'm trying to get the stamp. This always happens to me when I get down to like the corners of the page. I tend to like move it closer to me so I can see what I'm doing. So anyway, you will see in the close-ups that I did put a Vicky Boutin sticker down at the bottom, and it says something like live boldly or be the color in a black and white world or something like that. So I thought that was kind of fitting. And then I'm going to do this Wild Child. They're actually two individual stamps, but you can add wild. You can do wild on its own, do wild together with some of the other words in the stamp set. So I'm doing Wild Child because, you know, it's a wild look that she's got on there. And I'm going to stamp it down on at the bottom. That's going to be where my title is, and I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling in that white space between where the stamp is and the edge of the page. And I did do some practice stamps. I was going to use another color, an old Stampin' Up! Ink pad that I had, and it just wasn't really working for me. It wasn't pink enough. It was a little too red. So I went with an Ingrid Bolm stamp. I don't remember the color, but it's like a magenta. So just adding in the journaling there, and then I'm going to do some sequins. I've had this sequins pack from Cheeky Studio for like 4 years now, and I still haven't used it up. So maybe I should have used more sequins on this layout, come to think of it. I might actually go back and add a couple more like within the mixed media, but I don't here, and I'm not going to make you watch me adhere the sequins either. I like to put the sequins down first, and then I go back and use glue dots to stick them down. So basically the close-ups are going to be coming, and you'll be able to see a little bit more of that dimension with the gesso there. I hope you take the time to go through everybody in the hop and give this video a thumbs up like if you enjoyed watching it. And I'll see you next time for more scrapbook process videos. Thanks so much for watching. Happy scrapping!